Hi, I'm Stuart from Stuart's Gardens in Simonstown. It's been 3 days since I pruned these tomato plants, and I decided to have a look to see how they're going. Well, as you can see, they're growing pretty well, and they've grown a lot in the 3 days since they've been pruned. Since so much is written, some of it confusing, some of it seems to be wrong, about how to grow vegetables, I've decided to use an evidence-based approach, and I'll record through the season what happens, good and bad, so that I can in fact learn what works for me in this Mediterranean climate. So let's have a look to see how these plants are getting on after fairly heavy pruning. That is the brandywine tomato that I showed you in some detail how I went about pruning it. And at that stage I mentioned that perhaps you might think that I've taken off too many leaves. Well, here you can see that the leaves are growing very, very vigorously. The buds have turned into flowers, and all in all, that tomato tree is looking very, very good. The other varieties of brandywine, which is the slicing and the pink. As you can see, these tomato plants are growing very nicely. Brandywinos are regarded as the tastiest slicing tomatoes in the world. They grow to about 2 pounds, huge tomatoes. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they grow. These are the moneymaker tomatoes, and they are growing extremely fast and being prolific. Here we can see the first tomatoes. We'll be able to harvest very soon. We'll be able to harvest our first tomatoes. So the moneymaker is living up to its name. Here are the determinant tomatoes which I've grown, the Floridade and the Roma. Unlike the tomatoes plants that I've just discussed, which are indeterminate and grow throughout the growing season, these grow about half the season and then they die. After they have produced their tomatoes, they've done their job. These are the marmalade tomatoes. They only grow to about 160 centimeters. Can be defined as semi-bush varieties. Normally bush varieties don't need staking, but these tomatoes actually produce beefsteak tomatoes, and you need to pick them because of the size of the fruit that they produce. This is the early girl hybrid. It's the only hybrid. All the others are heirloom tomatoes. Heirloom tomatoes mean that they grow true. In other words, they look exactly like the parents and the fruit. And an heirloom, a tomato can only be defined as an heirloom if it's bred true for 50 years or more. The hybrid tomatoes, however, are cross-pollinated, and they're bred for their traits. Like this one's bred so it can produce its fruit early. Some are bred for the color of their skin. Others are bred for their ability to be transported and not be bruised, etc., etc. The others are all heirloom varieties and produce fruit which is true to their line. Very interesting, isn't it? The cucumber plants have also grown tremendously over the last 3 days. It's quite amazing to see how rapidly these plants grow. They'll soon be up to the top of the trellis, and we'll have to start unwinding. My goodness. But let's see, have they done anything about producing fruit? Well, if you look here, you can see that there's already a small cucumber. The flowers are being pollinated by bees. I've seen lots and lots of bees moving around. And over here are 2 English cucumbers that I planted yesterday. I started growing them from seed about a week ago and decided to plant them early. And they're doing very well. As you know, this is an evidence-based project, and what we do is we record the outcomes of every action that we've taken as we go along. If you'd like to see what we've done to get to this point, go to the raised bed playlist, and there you'll see step by step how we've prepared the beds and moved forward to get to this point. From a fairly blustery but beautiful Simonstown, I bid you farewell and look forward to sharing with you soon. All the best from Stuart.